watching.
Subscribe.
Hello, you're watching ScreenStalker, I'm Laurie Blake, and this is the gaming news. Click the thumbs up, give us a subscribe, enable those pesky notifications, and answer our question of the day. Would you buy a Switch that couldn't, switch? But before we get into that story, after having their own Nintendo Direct style update video with State of Play, Sony seem much more comfortable copying Ninty's homework. And that's likely why Sony Interactive Entertainment America has renewed a patent that would allow players to trade or sell digital objects to another player over a network. So far, so not very Nintendo. But now, the patent covers systems and methods for using the tradable physical collectible objects, facilitate generation of a digital copy that can be used within a network game. Now, those tradable physical collectible objects sound a lot like Amiibo to my ears, but with much better names. And it's almost as if you could use some sort of near-field communication to, tap a figurine and transfer some data into a game. It's almost like Minority Report. We're almost there, people. It's almost the future. Now, the patent says a user can use the digital copy and perform various modifications to the digital copy. A value can be determined for the digital copy based on the various modifications, and then you can sell or trade it away at a later date. Mental. Now, Benicio del Toro collectors out there, don't get too excited because this is just the renewal of a patent from 2015, and considering that we haven't seen anything come of it in almost 4 years, it seems unlikely that Sony are now going to release PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale Ultimate with a whole roster of Amiibos. Mostly because Battle Royale means something completely different nowadays. It's a dirty word. But this could also be something more akin to Steam's marketplace, where in-game items get traded for real-world dollar bills, yo! And considering the rumors flying around, it could also be an integral system for the rumored PlayStation 5. Speaking of the new consoles, though, the Wall Street Journal has been shaking the Nintendo treehouse to see what falls out, as they reported that not one, but 2 new Switch models could launch as early as this summer. Now, the report said that one will be a cut-price version of the existing Switch console, and the other will have enhanced features targeted at avid video gamers. So it dispenses Monster Energy drinks. Or it's a PC. Ha 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 ha, Master Race. Ha 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 ha. Now, Eurogamer followed up on this report with their own sources who said that in principle, Nintendo is hoping to diversify the line in much the same way they did with the 3DS, branching out into the 2DS and the new 3DS XL. Now, the cheaper option is said to skew closely to the 2DS design with a chunkier, more robust form that is essentially kid-proof and is probably impervious to crisp dust, spilled juice, and just says everything twice so they can get into their tiny brains, making Mario's full name Mario. But to create this sturdy design, they're said to be cutting a few features. First out of the window is Rumble. Now, whether that's the fancy HD Rumble in which you can literally count the amount of pound coins that these things cost, it's a lot, or regular Rumble in general, it remains to be seen. But the biggest change is that this model is said to be handheld only, so it's not even a Switch, it's just a Nintendo. It seems weird and counterintuitive to remove the Switch's headline feature, its literal title, but if that does mean it drives down the price, meaning that families could afford to have a whole fleet of the things, then that's kind of a good thing in my book. Now, the fancier Pro version of the Switch for the avid video gamers probably won't remove TV screen docking and will most likely receive a bump in specs similar to the new 3DS, rather than a huge jump up to the standard of the Xbox One X and PS4 Pro. Then again, most people would just be happy if the online worked. Now, funnily enough, Nintendo hasn't commented on this rumor at all, but E3 is not very far away, so we probably won't have to wait very long to find out. But while Nintendo is rumored to be readying up to add more to their lineup, some publishers are being made to trim down. Because despite the rampant success and near universal praise that has been heaped on Apex Legends since it slid into the Battle Royale market on its shins of steel, publisher EA it's not exactly doing fab. The company confirmed that around 350 employees across its marketing, publishing, and operations divisions are being laid off. And the publisher says that it's also ramping down its presence in Japan and Russia and will work out other ways to deal with those regions. Now, Kotaku managed to obtain an internal email in which CEO Andrew Wilson told employees that EA had a vision to be the world's greatest games company. If we're honest with ourselves, we're not there right now. We have work to do with our games, our player relationships, and our business. A statement from a spokesperson that came out later said, "We're making deliberate moves to better deliver on our commitments, refine our organization, and meet the needs of our players." Now, EA noted that it would try to find positions elsewhere in the company for those employees being laid off, but those who couldn't and who would be losing their jobs would be receiving severance. And this is interesting because this all comes a little over a month after Activision Blizzard CEO Bobby Kotick said that 2018's financial results were the best in the company's history, and then he cut around 800 jobs. So I guess maybe EA is just doing really well. But the chances are they're not, because they've made a bunch of blunders recently, and it's only so long that FIFA and Madden can just prop you up. Like, they flubbed the loot boxes in Star Wars Battlefront 2. They released Battlefield 5's Battle Royale just over a month after Apex Legends, and for a game that sold really badly. They did the same thing with Titanfall 2 when that came out, sandwiching it in between Battlefield 1 and Call of Duty. And it's just dumb. Because to all intents and purposes, Battlefront 2 should have been huge. It's a bloomin' Star Wars game, but it had the hum of microtransactions about it, even before the launch, so people just avoided it. And then they released these all-consuming shooters that you're supposed to play for 5 seasons for the rest of your life until the next one comes out, in such close proximity to each other that you've just got to make the decision of one over the other, because there's only so many $60 to go around. And there's only so much time the average gamer actually has to play anything. Never mind be good at them. So to my mind, I could be woefully bad at either Firestorm or Apex Legends, but Apex is free. So when I suck and I rage quit, at least I didn't spend anything. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell to enable notifications so you never miss anything from ScreenStalker ever again. Leave us a comment also to answer the question of the day, and remember, we're watching.